By the way, just a disclaimer, none of these are sponsored, right? This video is not sponsored at all. Just want to make that clear. Hey there everybody, I can't believe it. We're already here at the end of this series, Lights, Camera, Action. I want to first of all thank everybody who's been watching, even if it's just a few of you. I really do appreciate your support. It does mean the world to me that y'all are watching and hopefully benefiting from the knowledge that I'm giving to you guys. This might not be the end, so I mean, if there's anything else y'all would want me to cover regards to filmmaking or anything like that, go ahead and leave that question or comment down below. If there's enough, then I'll go ahead and make another video and add it to the playlist. If not, then I'm definitely just put an end to this series. So obviously I'm going to talk about what gear do I own and why do I use these particular pieces of equipment. But before I do that, I want to first give you guys a quick tour of the behind the scenes of how I did this whole shoot. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and get my vlog camera out here. There we go. And okay, we're recording. So this is basically how I filmed the series Lights, Camera, Action. I have myself a ring light right here, and then I have my Panasonic GH4 with a Canon to an EF mount micro four thirds adapter from Metabones. It's a speed booster. Then I have the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter lens on there. And then for sound, I have a wireless mic right here that's hooked up wirelessly to the top of the camera that goes directly into it. So this is known as a, that's right, single system. I don't know if y'all even answer that, but it's a single system that I'm recording with. So yeah, I mean, this is basically it. I have the ring light on a stand here in the corner of my bedroom. And I look directly right to the camera. It's really straightforward, nothing more, nothing less. And I wanted to do these videos quickly. That's why I didn't have a separate audio recorder like I normally would with any of my shoots, but instead just going straight into the camera just so they're a lot more quicker. So that's basically the setup. Really simple, really straightforward. Again, you can get great quality even from a simple setup, but the most important thing is consistency and determination. So I try to do that with this series, and I hope you guys really do enjoy it. So now on back to the other camera. Okay. Okay, now that I got that done, showing you guys behind the scenes, I'm gonna now take the camera off and I'm gonna go back to the vlog camera to show you guys every single piece of equipment that I own and how I use it. And yeah. Alright everybody, now the moment y'all been waiting for. What equipment do I actually own? Most of my equipment for my filming gear I keep right here in this Pelican case. I have it so that it has wheels. I forgot what model it is. I think the 1610, 1650, something like that. But I nicknamed it the Tank. I put a little bit of, you know, some stickers on it. Smile, you're on camera. Haha, funny joke. And again, the Tank, property of Cinema King Productions. And of course, GoPro, because I love me some GoPro cameras. Anyway, so let's go ahead and let's look at the first thing. In here, I have the Panasonic GH4. Now, the thing with this camera, what I love about it so much is that, first of all, it was a great price point. Second of all, it has internal 4K. And then thirdly, it has 96 frames per second at 1080p. So that means I can do really good slow motion. And also, it's very versatile, it's very lightweight. So those are the four main reasons why I got the camera. I was really excited and happy to get that when I did earlier this year. Now what I have it attached to is a rig. I did not cover this rig in my rigs video or camera rigs video, and that's because I didn't think of it at the time, even though it's always there in my equipment suitcase. But basically this is a follow focus rig, and basically what it does is helps you with the focus of your lens. You attach the gear, adjustment to the focus ring of the lens, and then you align it with the rotating gears, and then you can start, doing a slow rotation or fast, depending on how fast you want it. And of course, over here on this follow focus system, it's a blank space, but you can put markings for 1, 2, 3, depending on the shot, if you need to do that or not, depending on the take. So I have it attached to this. The lens that I have on it, like I've mentioned earlier, is the Sigma 18 to 250 millimeter zoom lens. It's a variable aperture, so every time I zoom in it does get darker. It's not a consistent or fast lens. Also, because this Sigma lens is a Canon EF mount and the Panasonic GH4 is a micro four thirds sensor, I had to get an adapter to, first of all, connect the lens to the body of the camera, and then second of all, make sure the whole image from the lens gets placed onto the sensor of the camera. Otherwise it would be cropping it, which is not the full image. And so the adapter that I have on here, right in between the lens and the body, is from a company called Metabones. It's a speed booster adapter, and they call it a speed booster because there is a piece of glass on the adapter that allows it to actually increase the aperture by about 1.4, if I'm not mistaken. So you are allowed a little bit more light into the camera, and it does increase your shallow depth of field. So that is my main camera. I use the Panasonic GH4 on this rig most of the time with this lens. If not, then I will switch to my other lens, which are the Canon 50mm 1.8, the Nifty 50, right? Very, very popular and very, very affordable, and great looking images coming out of it. So that is something I highly recommend, the 50mm 1.8. Of course, the higher ones, the other 50mm by Canon, are a little bit more pricey, out of my budget at least. So that's why I don't get them, and I stick with this one. After that, I do have a Canon 24mm lens. The downside of having this one, even though it is at a 2.8 aperture, and it is a prime lens, that's something I did not mention, is that also this is a prime lens. This does not zoom, and this lens also does not zoom. It's 24mm, and they call it a pancake lens because really, really flat kind of lens, is not bulky. But again, the downside to having this lens is that the mounting for it does not go onto the speed booster adapter, because that's just for Canon EF lenses. This is a particular EFS mount, so I can't use this with my GH4, but that's fine because I just use the 18 to 250 if I want to get something wide anyway. But if I want to get a really nice shallow depth of field and I want it kind of up close, then I use the 50mm. So those are my two other lenses that I use and that I own. The next cameras I want to talk about that I own are actually the ones that started this whole endeavor of mine of being a videographer and a filmmaker, and that is with the Canon T2i, right, the 550D internationally. I remember when this thing came out. I got this back in 2012. It was a gift from my dad, and he helped me and he supported me in getting into this passion of mine because he saw that I loved doing it, and I wanted up-to-date equipment. At the time, I bought this, or my dad bought this as a bundle, and it was about $1,200, right? But of course, that includes the bag, the charger, the SD card, so many different accessories, right, for it. But if you were to buy just the body alone right now, you can find it for maybe like 200, if that, probably even less, online, like Craigslist or eBay or something like that. And the thing is, this is from the Rebel series, right? And this was a time, later 2000s, like after 2010. This is when cameras are starting to become more affordable and still producing high quality. Now, what's awesome about this line of cameras, right, the Rebel series, now there's a T6i. I don't know if there is a T7i coming out or not, but the great thing about these cameras is that they primarily shoot photo, and they get great images, but what's even cooler is that they shoot video at 24p, real 24p, right, and you have complete control over your image, which is unheard of at that price point, right? It was really something. There were the higher end DSLRs, like the 5D Mark, 2, 5D Mark 3, which is really popular, but those are full frame cameras. These are EF cameras, so the mounting is just slightly different. Now, of course, this is primitive, if you will, so there is no flipping LCD screen. It's always on the back. So there were some issues that I did run into when trying to do, like, when I was trying to film myself, basically. I didn't know if it was in focus or not, and that really made me paranoid. So that's why my older brother, or this brother rather, he got the T3i, and this was the first of the Rebel series to get a pop-out LCD screen. Quality is just as good, if not just slightly better than the T2i, but the biggest advantage that it has is the pop-out LCD screen, right? And what I have attached to this one, I got recently. I've actually had it for almost 6 months now, maybe. But basically, it's a battery grip. So you see this on a lot of photographers' cameras sometimes. I use it because the extra battery life for video. So this gives you double the time. So basically, down here you have extra. You can put an extra battery in this compartment, so you have double the battery time to film or take photos. So those are my two backup cameras. I did hack them, so they both run Magic Lantern on them. So they actually go beyond the 12-minute cutoff point that most DSLRs run into. And the thing is, right now they can go at 30 minutes, right, non-stop, and the file sizes are still relatively low. But even the DSLRs now, like the GH4, it will still cut off at 12 minutes or 13 minutes, sometimes even 15 minutes, but it's a continuous cutoff. And even the Rebel series now that are coming out, the T5i, the T6i, they do the same thing where it will cut off, but if you put the clips back to back in your editing software, it will still be a continuous take, right? Like there won't be any missing frames or any hiccups or anything like that, so you won't miss anything. So those are my cameras. I love them. They're awesome. They're very versatile. They're very portable, very easy to carry around, very lightweight. So I love using these, and it makes my job a whole lot easier. So that's those cameras. The last camera I want to talk about is my GoPro Hero 4 Black. I got this earlier in the year, and obviously shoots 4K at 24p, amazing quality, very versatile. Put these anywhere. They can be waterproof, so you can add the floaty on the back to make sure you don't lose it if you do drop it in the lake, ocean, or swimming pool. A lot of fun to use. Of course, the wide angle gives it a different kind of look, but you can mount them anywhere, on a car, on a plane, on whatever, just to get that really awesome looking shot. And of course, most importantly, it gives quality, and quality is very, very important. You want something that is top notch, right? And you can shoot very flat, so that means you can do color grading and other stuff like that. Really, really awesome. I love it. Really, really cool. The next camera I want to show you guys, I actually don't have it with me. It's in the shop, but basically my DJI Phantom 3 drone. I did crash it pretty hard last time, so sorry, but hopefully it get repaired and gets sent back, and that gets sent back to me. But obviously it's a drone, it flies, it goes really high in the sky, it gets some really, really awesome aerial shots. I did do a video about that. You can go ahead and click the card up there to take you to that one. There was a previous video I talked about my GH4 when I was unboxing it. You can go ahead to my older videos, my older vlog videos, and find that there. So yeah, I have a drone. It's really awesome, really, really cool. But again, most importantly, you have to make sure that whatever you're filming is worth the quality that you're filming it at. A lot of people think, oh, I need to get this awesome camera. Why? Because it shoots in 4K. Well, what are you filming? Is it worth filming in 4K? The quality, is it going to make it pristine? Is it going to, is it set to the same standard of the content that you're producing? So that is ultimately the most important thing. Moving on, the next thing I want to talk about is my audio gear. Like I mentioned, for my setup in the show, I use the Rode wireless, the Rode Link Filmmaker kit. So yeah, these things are really, really awesome. They're really versatile. I had my friend stand in a creek, and I was hoping to God he would not fall, because that would be a problem. But they have great range. They use 2.4 gigahertz frequency, so it's always a really good connection, right? No problems there. And if there are any interferences, it will search for new frequencies to be on, so that you have a good solid signal and transmission. Again, very versatile. You can put, you can use multiple ones. You can plug them right into your camera. You can get adapters to, for XLR for your audio recorders if you're recording it separately. If you want to hide the microphone, right, the lavalier mic that you attach to the transmitter on your subject, you can get one of these Invisilav. So yeah, you stick your microphone in one of these, and then you can hide it, and you won't have any scruffing in your audio. It'll be clean. It'll be out of the way of the subject while they do their performance, and you can still capture high quality audio. The next microphone is from Rode. I've done a review about it, or at least an accessory to it. The Video Mic Pro from Rode microphone. Right now I have the Dead Cat WMP on it. But yeah, this microphone is really, really awesome. It has a 3.5 millimeter connection. What's really cool about this particular shotgun microphone is that you have the ability to do high pass, or rather it's a low pass cutoff, so you won't have any low rumbles in your audio, which is really, really good. And then also on the bottom, you can control if you want, less decibels to be outputted, or rather heard, versus increasing the decibel. So that's really, really cool. And it has shock absorbers. In case the camera rumbles, it won't click or anything like that. Of course, it is a shotgun mic, so most of the sound will be coming from the front, and trying to eliminate all the sounds from the back. And of course, the windscreen helps eliminate any wind if you're filming outdoors. So you still have really clean audio. Now, you can record directly into your camera, which is a single system setup, or you can do the dual system, which is what I usually do on my shoots. And to do that, you need a audio recorder, where you connect your microphones into an audio recorder. I use the Zoom H4n for my bigger productions. For run and gun stuff, I will use the smaller little brother, the Zoom H1. Both of these have 3.5 millimeter inputs, but what's the advantage of the H4n is that it has 2 XLR inputs as well. So you can have 3 microphones going in at the same time, or even 4 if you enable the onboard microphones as well. So you have 4 sources recording into this thing, which is really, really cool simultaneously. Whereas the H1, you can only record one thing at a time, even though it has onboard microphones. But again, this is for interviews, run and gun kind of stuff, really simple, basic setup. I do have this other lavalier, but I never in my life, okay, I have used it before in the past, but a long time ago. I have not used this in the past several years, I'll just be honest about that. But it is a good microphone. It's from Sony, I believe. It's a stereo microphone, lavalier mic, but it's really bulky and really ugly, and I don't like it. Ew. So yeah, that's my audio recorder. You can set your levels. It takes SD card. You can adjust the volume. You can do headphone output, so you can make sure that it sounds great, and you can do playback on it as well. But the speaker is not that wonderful. Here I have a small mini tripod for my GoPro if I want to get really low angles for my Hero 4. And yeah, it's just really small, bendable. Sometimes I actually use the tripod that this GoPro is on to do this vlog, or behind the scenes. But this one down here is, bendable. You can put on basically anywhere. It's like a mini GorillaPod, but it's not from GorillaPod. So that's most of the things. The next thing I want to talk about is this adapter right here. This is a ball head adapter. What this is for is when I want to attach this to my slider. I've done a video on that. Go ahead and click the video card up there. But it's a 48-inch slider. I did an unboxing of it. Really, really big, and really, really affordable, and really, really smooth. Right, when you push it along the track, really, really smooth shots. So what this will do is just I sit this on top, I screw it on, and I put the camera on top, just so I can make it go in any angle that I want. Right, it gives me a lot of flexibility that way. I'm sure y'all can figure this out, but I like to adjust to the situation. I like to go in with a plan, but sometimes some things might come up out of unexpectedly out of your hands, so then you have to learn to adjust to that. And so I apply that concept to filmmaking as well. I mean, things can happen on the fly, especially documentary style. A lot of things will happen unexpectedly, so that's really, really important. The next thing I want to talk about are my cards, right? I have a card case from Pelican as well, and these hold all my SD cards in there. Really, really good, very durable, keeps them all safe, protects it from any damage of any sort, which is very, very important. So over here on my rack, actually I'm going to show you guys. Over here on this rack, I have a small tripod, which I take for traveling. It has a ball head, so I can adjust the angle any way I want. And then down here is the case for my, what's it called? My drone. Here's my accessories bag. I do have a bunch of stuff in here. Extra batteries, headphones. I do have a fluid head for my tripod in there, in case I want to put that on the slider instead of that ball head over there. So that way I can do pans while I'm doing a slide, so I can do 2 moves at once, like an arcing shot or something like that. I also have my clapper in there, and I have my 2 ND filters as well. So that's in my accessories bag. And then I have 2 Magnus VT4000, I don't know the name, but 2 of those tripods. They're really affordable, they're very sturdy, and they are a fluid head tripod, meaning that you get really, really smooth shots. I noticed that I say words twice to emphasize, because it is really important. But yeah, these tripods have a fluid head, and that's important because you want to have your shots very, very smooth. Also, it's not with me here, but it's in my trunk of my car, my camera jib. My camera jib is in my trunk, but basically, you know, I'm sure y'all seen that before as well. Go ahead and click the video card up there. I've done a review on it. It's 4 feet. You add it, you can do crane shots going from low to high, high to low. And then you would also add a ball head to it if you wanted to get a different type of angle while moving the camera up and down. So it's really, really awesome. I'm running out of breath, and I've already done this for almost 25 minutes. This is probably going to be a long video, but that's okay. Wait. Let me interrupt here for a second before I continue on the clip. I did forget about lights. What lights do I own, and how do I use them? So obviously I have the ring light right here that I use for up close stuff. It gets a nice circular light in the pupil of the eye, or whoever's speaking the subject. The other lights that I own are two 1x1 LED panels that are bi-color, so I can adjust the color temperature and intensity of each. And then also I have a 3-point light kit with soft boxes that give off a warm color temperature. Those are used for interviews and stuff like that. Yeah, just want to talk about my lighting real quick because I almost forgot about that. Alright, moving on. I really sincerely appreciate everybody who watches, who's interested in stuff, and I highly encourage anybody who wants to learn how to do filmmaking, go out and do it and practice. I mean, you don't have to have all this equipment to pull off a really awesome shoot. You can use your phone. I mean, smartphones have really great cameras on them nowadays. If you just have some basic lighting and you set your exposure right and you like the shot, record and do it and just keep on practicing. That's the only way you're gonna get awesome videos, or at least get really good at it. It's just practice. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys like this, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out the rest of the videos, and I appreciate everybody who has been watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.